We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And welcome to another edition of On the Road with the MTA. I'm Jake Gibbons alongside with Stephanie Kay from the MTA. We have a full studio today.
We do. We have a guest we're going to speak to right now, and then some other guests waiting to come on.
We have an audience.
We do. Yes. I like that.
So we have to sign autographs after we're done.
I know. And I love it that our guests that are watching, they're going to be on next. They're from MTA. They're part of our team.
Dun, dun, dun. I noticed that because they have the MTA jackets on.
Yes, I can. Barbara and Deborah, we're going to be talking to them after we talk to our guest right now, which is from Family Services.
Yes.
Give us your name and title.
Hi, my name is Brooke Gow, and I'm the Executive Director of Family Service Agency.
And you said you've been there for 10 years?
Yeah, coming up on 10 years.
She's not old enough to be there for 10 years.
I was just going to say, Barbara and Deborah and I were in the lobby waiting for you to come in, and they said, there's a girl right there. Is that her? I thought, no, she looks too young. And here you're at. And you said you have kids of your own. How many kids do you have?
Yep, 4 children.
Oh, my gosh.
4 children, I do. So very, very busy.
How old are they?
2 9-year-old girls, 3-year-old girl, and a 1-year-old boy.
Okay, when you go out to 9-year-olds, do they think like you're the babysitter or their sister?
I have gotten sister many times, especially when I was younger. I think now that I'm like, I say working through my 30s, I just turned 31 on February 9th. So
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, the girls can testify. We thought you were too young to do that.
Little less now, but I was 21 when I became a mom. So
I was 20. Yep, I know. It happens young, but you grew up with them that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a young mom.
Really scary, but I wouldn't change it at all. And I think I don't know, we're so close, I think, because of the circumstances. I was in college my junior year and had no choice but to finish, right? So I was bringing her to class with me.
Aww, that's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, my sister had transferred from MSU to CMU to help me with her too.
Oh, that's a good sister.
Oh, biggest sacrifice, forever grateful for her. We're still best friends.
Wow, I'm envious. That's wonderful. I like to hear that. Good for you.
So
that's cool.
No complaints, but my poor girl, she was like always the only kid in the room.
Oh, I bet. Well, she's learning from you now to be so compassionate, giving back to people in need, because Family Services do a lot. Tell us what all they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just said do.
Yeah.
That do. You made it funny.
I did make it funny.
I love it.
But I know Family Services are very, very involved in the community.
Yes.
I know we do a lot with your ride, giving people rides to Family Services.
Yeah, absolutely. We partner with MTA quite a bit. So Family Service Agency, we actually just celebrated 80 years last year.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, we had a huge celebration for it. Actually, MTA, there were MTA staff in the audience. They always purchase a sponsorship. I'm so grateful for it. But we have an array of programs, from visual and hearing impaired programs to foster grandparent programs where we pair seniors and children in the community up. It's just, like multi-generational. The kids help the seniors as much as the seniors help the kids.
It's so true. It used to be a nuclear family. They were all in the same household, which was so helpful because they learned from each other.
Yeah.
And now they've kind of gotten away from that.
We really have. So I think that program, that one is really, really special. Just to kind of bridge that gap, and we actually pay our volunteers in that program.
Oh, nice.
Which it is, a small stipend, but
it's something, yes.
Absolutely. And the volunteers, to qualify, they are low income. As we know, Social Security has not necessarily kept up with the cost of living for our seniors and the greatest generation. So that stipend really does go a long way for them. And it's like I said, I mean, we can pay the volunteers. We pay for their transportation. We even give them a lunch stipend. So there's no barriers to their ability to actually be able to volunteer. And they get to hang out with kids, and specifically at-risk youth. So they're in a lot of Head Start programs, GHS, working with those children. So
if somebody's listening, they think, I want to volunteer and do that. What number can they call, or how can they get a hold of you to be a volunteer?
Yeah, they can just call Family Service Agency, 810-767-4014, and just wait for that foster grandparent prompt. The companion program to that one is called the Senior Companion Program, and very similar situation. The volunteers get all the same benefits. Instead of being partnered with children, we actually partner them with isolated seniors or homebound seniors, seniors in assisted living settings, we know that longevity is substantially increased when we have that social, emotional connection with others in the community. So again, the volunteer gets the benefit of being active in their community, and then that isolated senior gets the benefit of that companionship and just a conversation.
Yes, it's so important too, because they said if a kid's going to go trick-or-treating, take them to a senior center to go trick-or-treating, because
Absolutely.
they love to give the kids candy.
Absolutely.
Spoil those kids.
Yeah. And my brother was a piano player, and he would go to the senior centers and play for them. And I went with him a couple times, and I'd watch these people that just, they came alive. They came alive when the music started playing.
Absolutely.
My brother's really tall. He's like 6'4". He put his arms out and said, "It's Joey hour." And they'd all applaud. And then this one man was kind of almost comatose. He was looking down and just not even talking. And my brother started playing, his foot started to tap, and he started tapping his head, and he was singing every word to the song. And then my brother was finished and left. He went right back to that comatose state. So it just shows you how much they do need social activities.
100%. I mean, that science is just tried and true, and I'm just so grateful. We actually almost lost that funding this year.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I was wondering if you got the cuts, if it affected you
Yeah,
too.
unfortunately, a lot of the federal grant changes. They came in, and with the new administration, they came in, they did evaluations of funding and programs. Unfortunately, that was one of the programs that they were trying to reduce funding for. State of Michigan really stepped up, though.
Good.
Thankfully, they were able to supplement quite a bit of that funding.
Good.
There was about a week where our volunteers were laid off, and the future was unknown. But State of Michigan acted really quickly, and we were able to, we're still able to carry out these programs.
Still good hearts out there.
And they're
generous.
programs we've had for 40 years.
Wow.
It's not something new. They are tried and true. Our program director has been at the agency for 26 years now.
Wow.
So
Well, that shows there's stability there. That there's
absolutely.
stamina.
Yep.
Well, wonderful. So I see you have something that says gala. What's that all about?
Yeah. So we are hosting, I really wanted to highlight this today, given the opportunity. I talked a little bit about the event that MTA always sponsors for us. And I've been at Family Service Agency coming up on 10 years, but I've only been in the executive director role for 5 years. And when I took over as the executive director, I had big shoes to fill. My predecessor, Charles Tomasulo, had the role for about 42 years.
Oh,
Wow.
my.
Yep. So, but I had a little bit different perspective on nonprofit funding. I had around the same time I applied for and was chosen to succeed him. I had just finished my master's in public administration. I focused a lot on my studies in nonprofit management. So the knowledge and the trends of the nonprofit world were very, very fresh in my mind. As well as just the reality that is the beast of the nonprofit and funding. It can be so volatile. We historically did not have a huge fundraising stream of income. We really didn't have consistent donors. And so I've spent the last 5 years really building that up. And one of the first things that I did to start that process was put together a dinner gala. 2021 was the first year that we hosted, and I was so excited because we raised $6,000.
Wow.
We weren't negative. It was $6,000 more than we had, and we filled the room with 120 people. It was so, so special, and it's really, really evolved into something so incredible. Last year was our 4th year hosting this gala. We raised $30,000.
Oh, my land. It's 5 times the amount. That's wonderful.
Yes, it's really gaining traction, and we included a couple new things last year that really made the evening a lot more exciting and interactive. And we also, so we give 3 awards at this event too that brings in a lot of folks, and we do a Diane Brown Community Service Award. She was a gal who worked at our office for 42 years.
Oh, nice.
Was just an absolute trailblazer in the Flint area and activist for adults with disabilities. And so we wanted to honor her. That actually goes to an FSA employee. I wanted to honor my predecessor, Charles Tomasulo, as well. He has a huge legacy here in Flint.
Now, is he still with us?
He is.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
he is. Yep.
Will he be there?
Typically, you name these things after people that are gone, but
right,
I just
wasn't
had
sure.
to see his face.
I know.
I was like, hey, I got an award after you. And he was the first recipient, and I think that made that really impactful.
yes.
I learned so much from him.
Well, you know how you said it's a big set of shoes to fill?
Yes.
Mr. Benning had the same thing happen to him, and I love his comeback because they said, well, that's a big to take over for MTA. He did it like 40 some years ago.
Right.
It's a big set of shoes to fill. There he goes, well, yeah, they are different size. I'm going to make a different footprint.
How
I
cool
like
is
that.
I know.
Right. I love that. I absolutely love that.
So you're making a great footprint. And I'm sure this man is very proud of you.
I would hope so. I think so. We stay in touch, and he really wanted to kind of just like release the reins. The first 2 years of me as executive director, he stepped away from everything, even though I felt like I was calling him. He's like, you don't need to call me. You got this. He's like, I promise you
He was
got
proud
this.
of, he had confidence in you.
Yeah. Yep. And he still does. He really does.
So what's the date? Can we meet him too? Is he going to be there?
Yes, he will absolutely be there. I was able to, after 2 years, get him back on my board.
Good.
I don't know if it was an excited hopping back on, but it's just, I think, maybe just like pacifies me a little bit. It's just
sure.
nice to have him there. Truly.
Absolutely.
I really, really respect his opinion. But our gala event this year is Friday, May 15th. It is dinners at 6. We start the program at 6:30 and it ends at 8 o'clock.
Nice.
Trying
Short
to
and
just
sweet.
keep it straight, short and
Yep.
sweet, to the point. A lot of folks stay for a little while after because we dance. There's, an
nice.
open bar opportunity to mingle and network. And
Where will it take place?
Genesis Banquet
nice
Center.
place, yes.
Yep, or
There's
Henry Ford Banquet Center. This year we're doing it a little bit different too. We really want to incorporate and showcase our clients. We talk a lot about the agency, and last year I kind of started that process, and we developed a Client of the Year award, so to speak, where staff and I, we get together and we talk about clients who've just really, really come like leaps and bounds, and they're all so special. But we sit and we just kind of think like, who can we really, really celebrate this year? Like, who has really accomplished so much,
that's nice,
with
yes.
our support, but also on their own. And so we did our first Client of the Year recipient last year, and she comes and to all
nice.
of our work events now, and we're very close with her. And this year we're going to be honoring another client. Very excited. We're going to actually do a little video on him. He's kind of TikTok famous right now. If you follow Harmony Hall in Lapeer County, you can see a lot of his videos.
I'll have to check that out.
Yes, absolutely. And then we actually are going to be closing the event this year with a keynote for the first time. Sheriff Swanson.
Oh, he has so much energy. He's really got a lot of
does.
inspiration. He does so much great work in this area.
He really does. I completely agree with you. And I served as the president of the Elder Abuse Alliance up until this past October. I stepped down to kind of explore other opportunities. But I had been a part of, he does...
Ghost.
Well, it's actually the GRACE team, so the Elder Abuse Task Force.
Oh, yes, that's very important.
Yep.
Yes.
And the Captain Macy and I would put on a huge conference every year where we educated other professionals in our area about elder abuse, how to spot it, what to do. And
so important.
Oh, yes. And, I just really, really admire how dedicated he is. Work really closely with him. A lot of the clients that come through our office have been financially exploited, physically, emotionally abused. It's a lot of the times why we're involved is to get them back on their feet and just keep them safely independent. And he's never not responded.
Oh,
His
he cares.
team has,
He's right there.
Absolutely. From his mental health crisis unit to the Elder Abuse Task Force, everything in between. So I'm really, really excited to host him as our keynote this year. And
Good. Yeah, you
have
will
him
not
talk.
be sorry.
Right. I can hear him tote about FSA a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I had hired him as it's a speaker. Well, he did it for volunteer, of course, but asked him to be a speaker at our Mott Community College Lifelong Learning Series. And he was telling us things I didn't even know what he was doing. I knew about the GHOST program to protect the children, but there was also something where he takes the inmates. Instead, he said, just put them in jail for 8 hours and let them sit there.
Yeah.
What he does is he educates them.
Yep.
And he makes them take tests and they have to learn. And when they're finished, they get a diploma, they get a graduation. And he said crime is down 30% because they finally have a purpose to think, oh, I can do better and I am worthy of this.
Absolutely.
Huge. He's flown to I think London because they want to say, what are you doing over there that's so positive. So yeah, you can make a difference instead of just putting people in jail and saying let them sit there. So
absolutely.
Yeah,
and I want
love
to
it.
partner with people like that.
Yes, that makes a difference.
In addition to this fundraiser, it opened kind of secondary. I didn't inadvertently kind of discovered that, I'm also building connections with a lot of other trailblazers and organizations in our area. And it only benefits the people that we serve, knowing who to call, when to call, what services are available to the folks that we service. If we can't fill that gap, I almost always know somebody who can.
Well, we always say call 211. That's a resource.
Yes.
Right there. They'll find somebody for if it's mental health, if you need help with groceries, they find those resources for you. It's free, 211, just like 911. And so tell me, who is somebody that actually come to you? Why would somebody come to you? Give us an example of who would use your services and why they should call you. Like who would come to you?
Absolutely. So it could be an adult with a disability or disabilities, seniors, folks who maybe, I always like to say, like, our goal, every single program, regardless of how different it is from the other one, our goal is to keep people independent as long as possible.
Perfect.
So folks who maybe due to age or trauma, tragedy, or it's just a disability that you're born with, maybe you're having a harder time maintaining your independence because of your diagnosis, you can come to Family Service Agency. And even if it's not something that we can specifically help you with, we'll guide you in the right direction. We have, it was touching base a little bit on programs. I would need an hour and a half to go into detail with everything.
So you can give some, like, maybe if they needed housing, help them find housing, or if they needed a job, you can help them try to find a job and connect those people?
So not necessarily. The majority of our clients, actually, their disability is to the point where they can no longer hold employment or maintain employment.
Okay.
Or seniors developing dementia, Alzheimer's, beyond the working age, beyond working ability. What we do is we can actually help them budget like those disability benefits and help them secure housing in those instances, ensure that their Medicaid documentation and paperwork is up to date, accurate, and turned on, food assistance.
Get them the resources they need.
Yes.
Find the right resources.
Yes. And we
how are you funded? That's a very expensive thing too with the people you're paying for the volunteers. So how do you get your funding?
There's about 21 different grants.
Okay.
I manage at our office to kind of cover all of our programs, and I'm always writing new ones and more.
That's a skill to know how to write them correctly.
Thank goodness. When I was getting my master's, I'm like, do I want the grant writing certification?
Yes.
I know how to do it. So glad every day because I still reference old notes from my college classes.
That is a real skill to do it correctly. And
yes.
To say yes to you.
Very fortunate that I have kind of found my niche in grant writing. But we're funded through federal grants, state grants, county grants, foundations,
fundraisers.
Yes,
the gala.
Yes, the gala.
So if somebody's hearing this and they're thinking, well, I want to volunteer, I want to donate to you. The same phone number to donate if they wanted to give you cash donations. Do you also take like items like donations? Like, do you need sheets and things like that, or is it just money?
So we have a really great social media presence where when we need to kind of crowdsource items for clients, we don't really have space for storage for stuff.
Oh, sure.
So here and there, we might accept some donations. We always take food donations. A lot of our clients, we drop off food for. Our clients will come in and we can send them home with food. So we do have a food pantry within the office for our clients. The best and easiest way to donate to our agency and to our cause, you can just go right on our website. It's FSAMISH, like the acronym, FSAMISH.org. There you can read all about us too. Right on the front page of the website is all the information for our gala as well. Read about all of our programs, our staff, our volunteers, how to get involved.
How much is a gala if they want to come to that?
An individual ticket this year, we actually dropped it from $75 to $50.
Well, that's not bad. You get dinner and drinks and dancing. And
yes, you do. Yep. There's opportunities to donate at the actual event too, but no pressure to do so. It's completely.
Do you have a silent auction or is there
raffle auction?
Oh, those are fun.
Yes, they are. They're so much fun. We do a raffle auction. Then last year, for the first time, we tried a game. It was like a heads or tails.
Oh, that's fun.
It sounds really silly, but
it works.
It does, and it was so fun.
You got to put your hands on your head or your tail on your bottom, right?
Yes. Yep. And you can buy up to 3 beads, or you make a donation. You can get up to 3 beads.
I'm a good one to come to and say I spend a lot of money doing this.
So much fun. And the heads or tails game was just I had participated in it at another fundraiser I attended.
Was it March of Dimes?
It was Claire's Hope.
Oh, okay.
Claire's Hope. I'm like, this is awesome. I had so much fun.
Did you win?
So if you're good at pinning the tail on the donkey, you'd be good at this, right?
Well,
I don't I don't know. It's kind of just luck, right?
It's
You just got to be a
totally
good guesser, maybe a little psychic.
So what's the date again for the gala?
It is Friday, May 15th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Again, dinner starts at 6, but we'll do some opening commencements at that time. So I would appreciate everybody being in their seats by 6.
Yeah, sure.
And then the program, as I stated, runs from 6:30 to 8 o'clock.
And that's great because people are tired after all week long. They want to be able to get there, help out and donate and have dinner, but they want to go home too. So that's
absolutely
perfect.
And I have learned too over the years, obviously I'm a talker.
No.
I've learned over the years too that less is more, and just really, there is a really great, impactful way to spread your message without bombarding people with all of the information. Right. And so just really highlighting who we are, what we do, and then, celebrating some really special people at the office, community, and the clients. Like, I think that
it does
sums us up.
I love it when you have a client on, because when I had gone to the shelter of Flint, every year they have a luncheon. And
yes, I just attended.
Did you? Wasn't that amazing?
Yes.
They tell the stories about how this one, maybe she had a divorce and then she was on the streets and she didn't even know how to find housing for she and her kids. And they found her housing, and they got her a job, and then she was in the audience and she stood up and told her story. So it's a real story. It's not just your money's going out the window. This is actually helping people.
Oh, absolutely. And I had the idea of highlighting one of our clients earlier on, and I was a little apprehensive because they are adults with disabilities. Sure. And you never want to
exploit them or
yeah,
something.
You don't want to exploit them or showcase them in a way of like, oh, look,
poor thing. Yeah, you want to make sure they're
right. Because our client who won last year, Miss Alexis, is incredible. She's absolutely incredible, aged out of foster care, has a developmental disability, and really struggled for a while when we first came on board. I share all of this because she did publicly share her testimony at our fundraiser last year. But we were able to, with the help of GISD, get her enrolled at GISD. She has, and she has just been absolutely knocking it out of the park.
Good
she has a little, and she has a little part-time job at Golden Corral. Like, you can't tell her anything.
Encouragement.
She's so close with us. I also do an accessibility friendly trunk or treat at our office. Started that 3 years ago.
She's going to be a superstar when she hears us back and hears her name.
I'm sitting here thinking, I cannot wait to send this to her. She's going to freak out.
What's her name again?
Alexis.
Hello, Alexis. We're very proud of you.
We are so proud of her. So proud of her.
I wonder if she has one of those Alexas in her houses. Because if you say, Alexa, what time is it?
Oh,
yep. Well, you just triggered it.
Right? I'm not sure.
That's right.
Probably triggered a lot of people.
I know. Well, we can ask Alexis now. We can ask her. She probably know the answers for us.
But we're just so proud of her. And, having her testimony, like, she was so proud to tell everybody her success story.
Oh, that's sweet.
And honestly, she and I and some other staff at our office, we were the last ones on the dance floor. Everybody cleared the room by about 9 o'clock. And it was just the three of us dancing. The DJ stayed and played music for her. She had the time of her life.
I'm going to have to come to this gala and see
absolutely.
everything.
Yes, would love to host you.
Oh, that's
would
awesome.
love to host you. It's a great night.
Yes, I can't wait. I know you're super busy. You got to get back to what you're doing. Is there any last minute things that you want to cover to tell us, but that you might not have had a chance to? I know you have so much to cover, but
I know.
And you can come back on anytime too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I heard about this. I sit on the MTA legal advisory board with the LAC.
Yes.
Mr. Ben Blazin recommended.
I love Ben.
Me
Isn't
too.
he wonderful?
He got me a bus stop right in front of my office.
Yes, I know you guys adopted a bus, right? So
we did. We just adopted that bus stop. I had actually been kind of poking MTA. We're on the corner of Court Street and Miller Road, and the closest bus stop was across the street down Miller Road. Like I said, we service adults with disabilities, and our clients with disabilities, physical and mental, were crossing 4 lanes of that busy intersection.
Not safe for them.
No, it was not.
So
at
he
all.
made it happen and gave you a bus stop, and the bus stop's there now in front of your bus?
Right in front of. Yep. Nobody has to cross any road now.
Wow, we are cool.
I know. I know. We
MTA. What does it stand for? Man, that's awesome.
That's awesome. So, and then I learned about the opportunity at one of the meetings, probably, I don't know, around Christmas time. He was like, you can adopt that bus stop. I'm like, can you get me a bus shed? too. So he's working on that, which I'm so
good.
grateful. There's some paperwork I had to, I guess,
sure.
fill out and submit. But I'm like,
that's
I'll
wonderful.
adopt it if you could promise you'll keep working on that. I will keep it spick and span. But a
Yes.
shed would be really nice because, again, we service adults with disabilities. And
just if people are listening, to adopt a bus stop is not saying you have to pay anything. It just makes sure it's staying clean.
100%. MTA provides all the supplies, even down to the salt.
Really?
They drop it all off. Yep. You just have to actually provide the manpower, which is no issue at my office.
See, now, Jay and I have worked here for several years, and we learn something new every day. And I love the fact that we do that. MTA, it does stand for, man, that's awesome. And can't forget that now, can we?
No, not at all.
Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with
Yep.
us.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
I know your kids are getting home from school. You got to go home and pick them up and get back to work. So we're going to let you go. But thank you for
Awesome.
coming in. And listen, every week, if you'd like, it's called On the Road with the MTA, Jay and Stephanie K.
Yeah.
If they want to be a guest, what can they do?
All I got to do is just drop us an email at podcast@mtaflint.org.
And they're all archived. You can go back and listen to this over and over again.
I love it.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.